I used to have a hard time with traps, like making traps interesting. I think in the old days, maybe it was no, even then, really, even old school style. But like, it feels on paper a lot of the time in pre-written adventures just like a resource tax. Like, all right, we're gonna soften them up before the fight.
Right.
We're gonna like ding them for some HP. Um, but that's boring. The realization I had of treating traps like puzzles, like traps are
Yes.
puzzles,
Yep.
opened up the whole like I mean that's basically I ran that session like a puzzle, not a series of traps because like
Mm.
find your way through the maze through trial and error is boring pretty quickly, right? Like I'll do that. That's how we started, but that's not how we finished because a couple hours of that is like I don't know, pin the tail on the donkey. I don't know, it's a different game. But
Yeah.
the idea of like, okay, the point is not how many hit points are we going to lose in this. It's how are the interesting question is how do you solve it?
Yes.
And I don't come up with that answer out of the, I mean, like, I can't help but come up with some answers, but there's not a single solution. There's not like, oh, you got to do this to get through. Leaving room for the players to get creative and surprise you makes it way more interesting for everybody. Like I didn't know how you guys were going to get through it. There's a voice in the back of my head last night being like, I hope this isn't boring or like I don't quite know how this is going to go, which produces like some
Yeah.
level of anxiety when you're feel responsible for entertaining everybody for 3 hours.
Well, the
But I
thing
kind of
with
surrendered to that and let you guys figure out how to deal with the situation, and you did, and it was interesting, and it created a much more interesting situation at the end of the night, which we got to deal